The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. As we come to the close of the 13th Indian Social Work Conference 2025, let us carry forward the spirit of compassion, collaboration, and commitment that this conference has inspired. Each session, each discussion, and each interaction has reminded us that social work is not just a profession, it's a promise to create more inclusive and the human world. On behalf of Centurion University of Technology and Management, I extend heartfelt gratitude to all our esteemed guests, speakers, panelists, and participants for making this conference such a meaningful success. May I now invite our dignitaries on the dais. Professor Kamaljeet Singh, Vice Chancellor, Madhusudan Lal University, Odisha. Sir, please. Professor Supriya Patnaik, Vice Chancellor, CUTM, Odisha. Professor Sanjay Bhatt, President, NAPSWI. Professor Suresh Patare, Vice President, NAPSWI. Dr. Jharana Soy, Secretary, UPSWA. Professor R. Nalini, Joint Secretary, NAPSWI. Professor Keshav Manikwalke, Treasurer, NAPSWI. Dr. Girija Nandini, Dean School of Management, CUTM, Odisha. Dr. Anshuman Jana, Co-Convener, 13th ISWC 2025. Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sahu, Organizing Secretary, 13th ISWC 2025, CUTM, Odisha. May I now invite Professor Kamaljeet Singh, Vice Chancellor, Madhusudan Lal University, Odisha, to address the gathering.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Centurion University of Technology and Management, Madam Patnaik, other dignitaries on the dais, persons from the NAPSI, President, Secretary, other dignitaries from other ISC and others associations, Registrar of CUTM, Pro-Chancellors, both the Pro-Chancellors from CUTMs, dignitaries from other state Odisha's participants, resource persons, ladies and gentlemen. Let me extend my thanks to Madam Vice Chancellor to invite me to this valedictory function of this 3 days conference, which being organized by the NAPSI in collaboration with CTM and Odisha Social Welfare Work. I am thankful to her that she provides me opportunity to gather some of the plus points while I was discussing with the dignitaries. She deserves a congratulation that around 518 participants from different 27 states, they participated and actively involved in the deliberations for last 3 days. Valedictory function is normally the report reading function where we have to read a report for all the sessions being conducted. But as I was discussing with the president of NAPSI, that more than 32 sessions and so many resource persons put their views pertaining to social work. Friends, since my background is a law, but I feel this subject is equally important, and social works department is very, very important, which contain and which can guide even any of the discipline, just like any other good disciplines. I am a little bit worried that this particular department, whereas the central universities are concerned, they are having a social work department in the universities and some of the good private university, but the state university, they are hesitant. They are very few state university are having this department. My request to this conference to submit a report to the UGC or the MHRD that every university should have a MSW department so that they can take care of the social work part. As we feel that a family is a very important component of any of the society, same I think the social work department is a very important department, and it should have a first-hand idea to all the students who are studying in a various higher education institutions. When I was going through this brochure of this particular conference for 3 days conference, there are a certain topic or very relevant which they inclined with Sustainable Development Goals 2030. So I must congratulate to all of you that you spare a time, and in accordance with the UN guidelines which we adopted way back in 2015, starting from New York and then Paris Agreement and all, when I was checking it all, I was surprised that how they correlate this conference with six SGD, which you have specifically taken, which start from number 1, the poverty alleviation, Sustainable Development Goal number 1, poverty alleviation. And I was also checking the data available with regarding to the 2025 report submitted by the UN, that the social worker, although they are performing to the satisfaction, but till today, since this report is of 2025, around the percentage of the poverty which was supposed to be the 7.3 is finally, which was supposed to be 8.3 by this time. Now they have finally decided it to be that the poverty alleviation should be by the 2013, it will not be 0, but they somehow to reduce it to 7.3. So I am definitely hopeful that this point number 1 would have been properly deliberated and some sort of a report might have been prepared by the organizer. Now, whereas the social coverage is concerned, again this report said that whereas the social coverage is concerned in the form of a Buddha pensions or a senior citizen scholarship, etc., worldwide 3.8 billion people are still out of these coverages. So whereas the India is concerned, I am hopeful that a good number of the people are still. So you have to take care as a social worker that they should not be out from the social welfare schemes and they should cover. I am hopeful that you might have been taken care of all this. Especially as this report itself admit that a COVID-19 played a little bit drastic step in the achieving of all this SGD, but somehow at a global level, the society or the countries are moving in a right direction, and hopefully India is also in the right direction. We have also reduced the poverty to good extent and good amount of out of around 44 crore to we reduce it to 10 to 12 crore, the data which is available in the government. Then the sustainable development goal 2, which was again the topic for the conference. This was pertaining to the zero hunger. On this front, I think worldwide, as a society or as a whole world, we not done to the expectation, and still 2.3 billion people are not getting the proper food, and whereas a zero hunger is concerned, that is still prevalent. As a social worker, again we have to take care at our respective state, our respective places, our respective institution, and to suggest and put, I am hopeful that during deliberation you might have been put a suggestions so that this social development goal can also be achieved by the 2030. Then friends, the third which was taken care by you peoples, the good health well-being. Now in this front little bit there is a lot of improvement, whereas the MMR is concerned, as per the report it has been reduced. Whereas the HIV and AIDS patients are concerned, they again the good number of reduction. But whereas the malaria is concerned, as per the report, this is on increasing trend. And whereas the death, why malaria is concerned, is a good number of death worldwide by the areas by virtue of the malaria. And whereas the suicide rates are concerned, this is not increasing, this is reducing. So again, this is again the duty of the social worker to further suggest and to provide a solution to this type of so that by 2030 we can again take care of this also. Then the another sustainable development goal which was fixed by the members country, and that was quality education. Now this was a topic I think which would have been taken a much care in this conference. And whereas the quality education is concerned, whereas the India is concerned, I think we are on the right track, but still we need, as per the new education policies, to increase the GR, gross enrollment ratio. Why 2030 is a 50%, but I am little bit hopeful that we may in a positions to achieve also. Whereas the worldwide situation is concerned, as per the report, that 272 million students are, whereas schools are concerned, not in a higher education institution, they are still out of schools. So that means 272 millions means the India would have also good amount of students who are still needs. And again, this is the duty cast upon the social workers, just like you people, to take care how we can reduce the number and how we can provide them education, whereas a quality education is concerned. Then the ICT is on a right track, and the same is the case with India. We are using the communication techniques to enhance the caliber, but whereas a gender disparity is concerned, as a Vice Chancellor, I admitted that to some extent that is existed in Indian educational institutions also. There is a no, we cannot claim it ki gender disparity, gender disparity still, and the same is the case with data worldwide, whereas the report is concerned. Report also suggests that disparity on the basis of sex is still exists in the society, and especially whereas the third gender is concerned, we are very, very skeptical to enroll them in an education institution. Rather, we suggest them to you go to that university. We won't prefer him to be. But my, again, suggestion and advice to all of you, again, you have to take care of this sustainable development goal also, so that we will be in a position to provide a quality education to the masses. Whereas the sustainable development goal 5 is concerned, gender equality. Now, to some extent, it gives a satisfaction that we are nearer to having a gender equality. But as a law student, I feel when it comes to the ownership of a land and property, then there is again there are instances of inequality in case of ownership of land and legal rights. Although we are very, very educated, what if there is any issue that the property is to be divided between son and daughter, then we became a little bit skeptical, our scale tilted in favor of son and not in favor of daughter, even if the person is very qualified. So that sustainable development goal number 5 is again needed to be your particular attentions. Let me share one example with all of you. Since I belongs to Himachal Pradesh and my state is also having a good amount of tribes. There is one district in my state that is Kinnaur, district Kinnaur. And you will be surprised that polygamy and polyandry both are available in the state of Himachal Pradesh. One district, Sirmaur, is having a polyandry, another is having a polygamy also. But it is very surprising, it pinches when we find it that a customary law which is in existence in the district Kinnaur does not allow a female to have a proprietary right. She cannot buy a land, she cannot establish any sort of a orchard and all. Even the one social organization or a social worker like you, they file one public interest litigation in the state of Himachal Pradesh. High Court comes with a very heavy amount of a direction to the local administration that she is entitled by virtue of the Constitution of India, she is entitled to the right to hold a property. But again, the judgment which has been delivered by the state High Court is challenged before the Supreme Court, and the people, the society, the local persons, they are not ready to accept it. They said that this is our custom and we will not abide by this judgment and we will not allow such type of equality in favor of. So my personal experience is that on paper we admitted that there is a gender equality, but in a real sense, whereas the proprietary rights are concerned, it is skeptical and it is not there. And education may play some role to some extent, but to change a mindset, it is again your duty to provide a solution how we can change the mindset of the society where she can also enjoy the same proprietary right as it is available to her counterpart, a male also. Friends, then the 6th sustainable development goal, which was the subject matter of this conference, that was clean water and sanitation. To some extent at a world level, the situation is praiseworthy, but till the submission of this report, 2.2 billion people in the world, they don't have a potable water. And 3.4 billion persons, they don't have a safety management and sanitations. Although the government of India has started this project after 2014, a good amount of toilets have been constructed in schools, personals and all. But whereas even the world data, you check it from the 2025 report, the situation is little bit improving. It is not alarming, but a good amount, since 1.7 billion people they don't have, they having a lack of a hygiene services at a home. Now these type of the things are to be taken care by your subject, which is very nearer to society, social works department. And last, I think the sustainable goal number 10, which was again a subject matter of this conference, reduce inequalities. This is not pertaining to the gender equality and all. This is pertaining to reduce inequality at a world level. Now, lot of economists and other persons, they try to suggest how we can remove this inequality, where we consider that $3, if someone is getting a $3, that means 300 rupee per day, that we consider he does not fall within the category of not a below poverty line, but he enter into another category where he be considered in the upper strata. But whereas these inequalities are concerned, this sustainable goal number 10 is concerned, this is pertaining to the refugees. Now the worldwide, around 37.8 million, good number of refugees, either they are from Afghanistan, Ukraine, Bolivia, then Syria, and most of them either from Afghanistan or Ukraine. They are not getting the equal services or equality, although the UNO and the refugee law provide and impose a condition of the country concerned that it is the duty of that country to provide them a minimum facility. Whereas India is concerned, we are taking care of a Tibetan refugee and they are providing them a proper identity card. We renew their citizenship and all. We are allowing them a double citizenship and all. But in most of the countries, whereas same is the case in a Chakma refugee and that refugee from Burma, we want to welcome them. So this inequality is again to be taken care. Why this your subject, and I am 100% sure that during these 3 days, this may also be addressed properly, and you might have been put a suggestion which can be referred through this body to the concerned agencies. Last, which affect everyone who are sitting over here and outside, that was 13, Sustainable Development Goal 13, climate action. Now, my state and this my present state, Odisha, both are witnessing this climate change and all. In last summer, by February, we have witnessed that Rourkela and all the temperature was more than 44, that belt. And same is happening that during every year we are finding a local cyclone, we call it a Batia. So those are the outcome of all this climate change. So we need a proper actions on this front also. Excessive rain, cloudburst, scarcity of rain, drought. So these all are the topics of your conference for the 3 days conference. And I can make out from the number, the person was sitting in a valedictory session. Most of that time we have observed it that, and we have seen it, that number of the person was sitting on a dais are more than the number of the person sitting on that side. So this shows and this gives us a satisfaction that you all have taken care of all the themes, sub-themes properly. I personally, on my personal end, I extend my thanks and congratulations to the Vice Chancellor and the members of the NAPSI that they have taken care to arrange a 3 days conference, and that too with a huge person in number and good amount of a state being represented by all of you. So friends, I congratulate you people also and extend a thanks to all of you that you have chosen to visit Odisha. I again invite all of you that as and when you get a time, a person who are visiting this state from outside, this is a very beautiful state. Although for the last 4 years I am staying over here, but I consider this is a very beautiful state, rich in culture, rich in mineral, rich in heritage, rich in religious places, and very safe, and I may call it, it's a safer than a Delhi national capital. So my thanks to all of you, my thanks to the organizer. With his words, I share my experience, but I extend on behalf of Centurion University Technology and Management my sincere thanks to all of you to visit this part of India. God bless you all. You might have been taken a good memories for this place and outside place also. And God bless Centurion University. Thank you very much.
My sincere apologies, sir, for not being able to maintain the order of the speaker. I'm really sorry, sir. Thank you, sir, for sharing your insightful views on social work and for highlighting the meaningful initiative you've talked about. The words have truly inspired us to become our effort and to make the difference. I would now like to take the privilege to call Dr. Girija Nalini, Dean School of Management, COTM Orissa, to give the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
Good afternoon, everyone, distinguished guest. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madhusudan Law University, Professor Kamaljit Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, CUTM, Professor Supriya Patnaik, President NAPSI, Professor Sanjay Bhatt, Vice President NAPSI, Professor Suresh Pathare, Secretary Officer, Dr. Jharna Swai, Joint Secretary NAPSI, Professor R. Nalini, Treasurer NAPSI, Professor Keshav Manik Walke, then Organizing Secretary, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sahu, then Co-Convener, Dr. Anshuman Jaina. Respected delegates, eminent speakers, participants, faculty members, and dear students, it gives me immense pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to the valedictory session of the 13th Indian Social Work Conference 2025 hosted here at Centurion University of Technology and Management. Over the last 3 days, we have witnessed an enriching confluence of ideas, experiences, and perspectives from social work educators, practitioners, and researchers. The deliberations on social justice, inclusion, sustainability, technology, and innovation in social work practice have been deeply insightful and inspiring. On behalf of Centurion University, I take great pride in being part of this remarkable journey, one that has celebrated the spirit of social work as an instrument of empowerment and transformation. As a university committed to shaping lives and empowering communities, we truly resonate with the mission of this conference. Our engagement in skill-integrated education, community-based learning, and social entrepreneurship aligns with the larger goals of building a compassionate, equitable, and resilient society. So today's valedictory section marks not an end, but a continuation of collaboration, reflection, and renewed commitment. The discussions and networks formed here will surely contribute to shaping the future of social work, education, and practice in India and abroad. As we gather here for the closing session, let us carry forward the energy, ideas, and empathy that have defined these days together. May the spirit of social responsibility continue to guide our collective efforts toward nation building and human development. Once again, on behalf of Centurion University, I welcome you all to this valedictory session and wish the proceedings great success. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the warm and wonderful welcome address. I will now invite Dr. Anshuman Jaina, co-convener, 13th I, to address the gathering.
Namaskar. distinguished guests on the dais, off the dais, dear colleagues, participants. I am Anshuman Jena, and as the co-convener of this 13th Indian Social Work Conference, I am here to read out the report of the conference. As we all know, this conference has witnessed a massive number of registration across almost all the states and union territories. As a matter of fact, we had more female registered participants than the male participants, and this has been a tremendous achievement and a proud moment for all of us when we are going through the details of all the registrations. The theme of the conference was Technology, Innovation and Society, Challenges and Opportunities for Eco-Social Work, Sustainable Development. The theme guided every plenary, technical and all the group discussions over the past 3 days. More than 250 papers were presented across 32 technical sessions. Delegates representing leading universities, research institutions, NGOs, government agencies from across India and abroad have been a part of this conference. International participation, including experts from Canada, Austria, Australia, added global perspective to our deliberations. The conference began with an inspiring inaugural ceremony. We were honored by the presence of Srimati Surma Padhi, Honorable Speaker of Odisha Legislative Assembly. Her address reaffirmed Odisha's commitment to inclusive development, women's empowerment through Mission Shakti and community-led disaster resilience. Professor Muktikant Misra, Honorable President of Centurion University of Technology and Management, emphasized skill-integrated education as a driver of social transformation. Professor Sanjay Bhatt, President of NAPSUI, called for aligning policies and practices to achieve social justice. The inaugural ceremony was also featured NAPSI's Lifetime Achievement Awards, honoring stalwarts who shaped social work education and practices in India. Across 4 plenary sessions, we explored critical themes like climate change, technology, eco-social justice, digital divide, social exclusion, green technology and social entrepreneurship, gender-sensitive eco-social work practices. The Bal Gopal annual lecture by Dr. Rajesh Tandon challenged us to reimagine professionalism through the lens of social justice. The parallel technical sessions covered topics like innovation in social work education, mental health, spiritual health, disaster resilience, indigenous knowledge system, and opportunities during Amrit Kal. Group discussions produced actionable recommendations on curriculum reforms under the National Education Policy 2020, ethical technology use and advocacy for school-level social work. Odisha's leadership in disaster management and women empowerment provided a strong backdrop for this conference. Mission Shakti and the state's zero casualty during cyclone and all other kind of disaster preparedness model was cited as best practices for community resilience. The community evening, the cultural evening showcased Odisha's rich heritage through Paika Akhada, Odissi dance, tribal dance performances, as well as dance performance representing multiple states and their unique dance forms. The conference outcome will be consolidated into the shape of a book or maybe a book series, and we will publish all the papers. We are in discussion with several renowned publishing houses, and we are definitely going to take it forward beyond just this campus and beyond these 3 days. The key recommendations from various technical sessions and deliberations are as follows. The first one is defining professional social work standards for India. Second is integrating AI literacy, eco-social work, and entrepreneurship into curricula. Third one is establishing ethical guidelines for technology use in education and practices. Fourth one is advocating for social work at the 10+2 level and school level social workers appointment. Then the last one is piloting Odisha-based models for women-led green enterprises and climate resilience. Esteemed dignitaries, it was not just a conference that spanned over the last 3 days. It was a moment to integrate knowledge and practices for sustainable future. On behalf of the organizing committee, I thank NAPSWI delegates from OPSA, and all of you, those who have made it to enrich this particular conference, our sponsors and media persons. So let us carry forward the spirit of collaboration and innovation beyond the walls and beyond the geographic barriers. With this, I conclude. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Vande Utkal Janani. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing the highlights, key outcomes, and insights of the 30th Indian Social Work Conference 2025. Your words have given us clear understanding of the progress, achievement, and impacts of this event. I would now like to invite Professor Sanjay Bhatt, President, NAPSI, to kindly share a few words. Sir, please.
Friends, in my place, I will invite Professor Suresh Pathare because his flight has been preponed. So this is the new technology, you know. So please, Suresh.
Thank you. The chairperson of the program, Professor Supriya Patnaik, the Vice Chancellor of COTM, Professor Kamaljeet Singh, the chief guest of this valedictory session, Pradeep Kumar Sahu, the convener, and Professor Sanjay Bhatt, President of NAPSWI. Quickly, I would like to say a few things about this 13th Social Work Congress. 13th Social Work Congress at Centurion University was special, and this has set certain standard. As we have observed 30th Congress conference, this was special in number of ways. First of all, NAPSWI is celebrating its 2 decades of commitment to the professional strengthening. And we are now from this year especially celebrating this 2 decades of our service, and for that grand celebration is going to be held in next conference. Secondly, the conference was characterized by highly diverse participation. The conference gave especially the opportunity to young scholars, and that was something that I observed, a unique feature of this 13th conference. This conference was also gave a special opportunity for all of us as a social work professional to see what social work professionals' leadership can bring the change. And we got an opportunity because this was a live demonstration to see what is happening around. And the credit goes to the Vice Chancellor, who is professional social workers, Professor Supriya Patnaik. So this was something special about this conference. We got the live opportunity to see her leadership, and also a good number of students who were groomed, especially the young scholars who came here and the old and young people when they interacted. It was a grooming session number of way. The students forum was especially very grooming session for the young scholars and students who would be seeing the senior professionals and learning from them. This was also, and the time of this conference was, number of ways special because the theme was about the technology, and we always say that this is the age of technology, how we can connect the profession with this technology. That we have deliberated all over in 3 days. We discussed, and the various dimension we brought in this technology and social work in this conference, and that will definitely show us the path to go ahead and forward, that Professor Sanjay Bhatt will be discussing about this in his presentation. But then definitely this conference, after going back, this will help us to strengthen this profession by earning recognition, more respect, and also relevance for the society. We become more relevant, contextual, and how technology can be ethically used, that I think this profession can bring that dimension for the social development. I wish you all the best. When we go back, definitely we go with our renewed energy, and we go back because this interaction and deliberation and exchange definitely help us to network and rejuvenate ourselves for whatever we contribute in the society. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words of the conference. Since sir has a flight, so I would now like to invite Professor Supriya Patnaik, Vice Chancellor CUTM Odisha, to kindly felicitate sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Professor Sanjay Bhatt, President NAPSI, to address the gathering.
Thank you. Honorable Professor Kamaljit Singh ji, the chief guest for this function, Professor Supriya Patnaik ji, the Vice Chancellor of CUTM, the honorable members on the dais, and honorable members, those who are attending this function, PK Sahu Sahab, Pro Vice Chancellor of CUTM, and my professionals, students, research scholar. This is my privilege to speak in this valedictory section. The ISWC, when we have conceived, we have a slogan, building bridges, bridging gaps. And that has come true today itself. This has been the 13th ISWC, and in inaugural session, Dr. Muktikant Mishra ji said that 13 somewhere you don't find 13 number of floor and 13 number of building, but we have chosen 13th. I just want to add that I born on 13th. And we did wonderful without having any grudges against the 13 number. In the country, we have 1,000 social work educational institution. And All India Survey on Higher Education tells us that we have 1,25,000 students enrolling in this subject at undergraduates and graduate level. And more than 20% universities, according to one Rajya Sabha question, the ministry has said that 180 universities are teaching, and that data is 3-year-old. I believe more universities. So out of 1,046 universities in the country, if we exclude the single subject universities like law and many others, medical and others, I believe out of 800, 200, so roughly 25% universities are teaching this subject. This subject is growing. NAPSWI has decided that we will continue to support the existing departments and the new departments, the existing courses and new course structures. So we have developed the module for social work, where after the NEP, the new courses have to be redesigned. And that we pledge that we will continue to do so. The theme, you have learned technology, and in this we have a one group discussion. That was ethical use of technology in social work, education and practice. We have received a very good amount of suggestions and recommendations on that, how to draft that. If this house permit me, and if chairman permits me, when we will complete by the date 31st December, we would like to call it Bhubaneswar Declaration. So we will print it as a Bhubaneswar Declaration because we have decided that we will work on the ethical use of technology in social work, education and practice. And that will be probably one guiding point from where we will be taking jump. We will keep on correcting it and updating it. The second important things which we wanted to do after this conference, we will carry many memories thanks to mobile. I think everybody has downloaded more than 250 pictures. So besides these pictures, we were discussing with the Honorable Vice Chancellor, we will bring out the publication of out of these 250 papers, some good papers with some reputed book publisher in form of the 1 or 2 volume. So while you go back, try to improve your paper in light of the discussions you have in your parallel technical sessions, and send it back to the organizing secretary. You will soon get details that what we will include and how we will include. But we assure that if you do not find the place in the book, the journal which NAPSWI is publishing from last 7 years, unfortunately we have a gap of 2 years, but we will be reviving it. So we are taking a pledge that many papers you will find in our journal, Journal of Social Work, Education, Research and Action, J. Savera. So you will get your paper if worthy to be shared with others. It will be peer reviewed, it will be updated, so you have an opportunity to update it, and by 31st December, if you can send back to us, we will take care of this publication. But it should be meritorious publication. So please avoid plagiarism and follow the standard of publication. We assure that we will take your paper, take your ideas to the larger world. Some paper may be in the e-formats, but we will bring out all the proceedings and all the papers into this. We also say that eco-social work, we have actually learned here the live demonstration of eco-social work. I have heard from many participants, this is a wonderful university. Some student came and they said, tell us something about some one-line comment in 1 minute. I said, awesome. Right. So we have learned hospitality here, we have learned environment here, we have learned skilling here, we have learned eco-social work here, and we will continue to weave it into our. And one personal comment I will tell you, my wife has told me that every vice chancellor should be brought here and should be shown that how a university can generate from best to wealth. So I'm really thankful. I mean, this is the first time we are receiving no complaint against hospitality, no complaint about the accommodation, no complaint about adjusting the papers. It is a wonderful experience for us. In my opinion, all the 12 congresses we have done, this has been wonderful in terms of management, rich into the discussion, and it was jam-packed. In morning 8:30 to night up to 8, every day, last 2 days we were. And then we have the pre-conference workshops and other things. So thanks to the organizing secretary, a very young, very encouraging. He has a very good power of patience, but sometimes he loses the patience also. And here we have also taken one program for us that as far as technology is concerned, everybody is carrying a technology in form of mobile. But many of us do not know the use of mobile, rather ethical use of mobile. So we thought that we will run a public awareness campaign, safe mobiling, that how to make mobile, maybe in form of educative materials. You will find in your mailboxes and some kind of material which will be very relevant for you to how to use mobile and how to know your mobile and you know your application, and especially when you are sitting in the meeting and conferences, you are not going to talk. Huh? So many things like that. We are going for a safe mobiling project. We have many lessons. I may not be able to enlist everything, but I will be definitely able to enlist here some of my responsibility as a president of NAPSWI to thank the Centurion University for wonderful hospitality and wonderful management and wonderful leadership which they have given to a conference. And each member of this university, right from president, vice chancellor, pro-vice chancellor, registrar, and the faculty member, deans, I have seen that they all are silently coming, playing their role, and very helpful. So I owe from my bubble of hearts the gratitude to them. And last but not least, the volunteers, the young volunteers, and I wish that you clap for them. Wonderful volunteers, without complaint. Probably they have been told not to say any wrong thing to any participant. So good that leadership had generated this kind of. I have too many memories. I know my limitations of time and also know my limitations of speaking out. So many things I have in heart. Slowly I will reveal in the communications. Thank you very much, and we wish that we will meet with you in the 14th Indian Social Work Conference, probably at Guwahati, and sometimes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insights and words on the ethical use of technology and social work. I would now like to invite Dr. Jharana Swai, Secretary UPSWA, to kindly address the gathering. Ma'am, please.
Good evening, all the delegates on the dais and of the dais. On behalf of UPSA, being I am a secretary of UPSA, I congratulate all of you to being the part and parcel of this 3 days national conference. So I appreciate the cooperation of Vice Chancellor and our alumni, in our fraternity, Dr. Supriya Patnaik, to give us this platform to organize this national seminar, because UPSA in single-handed cannot organize such a huge national conference. And I congratulate all the Centurion members and all the volunteers and all the professors, lecturers, participants to being the part and parcels of this conference. We draw the, as you know, we draw the curtains of 13th Indian Social Work Conference. I stand before you full with gratitude, inspiration and hope. Our past few days, we have explored the connections between technology, innovations, and society, how these forces shape the future of eco-social work and sustainable development. In the world where technology influences decisions and data drives change, we are reminded that technology is not just a tool, it is a responsibility for the students. Technology here today. Your innovations have the power to uplift communities, protect ecosystems, and bridge social divides. And the social workers among us, your insight and knowledge bridge social divides. And the social worker among us, your insight and knowledge ensure the progress reaches the most needy sections of the Indian society. And that social development activities are inclusive all sections of our society. This conference has shown us that the challenges we face, climate change, inequality, digital inclusion, etc., these are complex problems, but nothing that we cannot overcome. Where technologies and social workers collaborate, they can build model societies. Let us not leave here just ideas, but with commitments. Commitment to use technology ethically and responsibly. Focus on community-centered design and keep human and social development in mind. Together we can build a better India and the generations that are yet to come. Let's see the examples of the future. Thank you for the organizers, speakers, volunteers, and every participant who made this gathering meaningful. May the conversation we started here continue to change into actions and propagate to an even greater audience. So into classrooms, we want to introduce this in classrooms, laboratories, villages, and many cities. So I'm not the last but not least, I congratulate our NAPSI president, Sanjay Bhatt sir, who is academician, and when the leadership is in the hands of academician, it flourishes like anything. Because knowledge and innovations, once it join, so it creates a good society. So I congratulate sir, being academician and being a leader of NAPSI, we are in the good hands, and we will try to achieve larger and longer objectives of social work. Now the social work subject is in a crisis, so this is a high time, but we should think and we should act to flourish our professions. Thank you all. And social work as the OPSA, being a part of this conference, we are also very proud that we can be a part of this conference. And though it is a membership organizations, so if doing any actions, we need populations. Without the collaborations of we all social workers, we cannot achieve anything. So I address and I also request all the social workers to congregate and make social actions to achieve the greater objectives of social work. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your insights on the use of technology and your vision for better India. I would now like to invite Professor R. Nalini, Joint Secretary, NAPSWI, to address the gathering.
A very good evening to all of you, to all the respected delegates on the dais and dignitaries off the dais. There's been a lot of positive energy throughout these 3 days, but I think I'm really thankful to the women leader, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Supriya. I think we can have a much louder applause because what's very inspiring and motivating is to find a professionally qualified social worker in a technology and management institute. And not just that, I always used to tell students that it's very important for social work professionals to reach the top positions, to be at the policy making level, to bring in a lot of positive changes. And I'm seeing you here, ma'am, as a live example of how social work today for these 3 days has been leading in this institution and has been inspiring not only professionally qualified social workers, but also the other young volunteers. I just don't want to say the student only as volunteers. There was so much of professionalism in the way all these students who have been working here have handled their responsibilities like thorough professionals. As my guide, Professor Sanjay Bhatt said, when I say guide, I'm very proud and I'm very happy and blessed to be a scholar. I did his PhD under him. So I mean, it's a real moment of pride to have worked with him, and I'm really happy to say that, he's been from strength to strength. The Social Work Congress, which was called earlier, has now, though we call it as the conference, it has grown. I mean, every conference has had some new feature, and this time it has been the presence of a lot of young social workers and very, very serious deliberations which we have had. I think probably because the entire atmosphere is all charged up with positive energy. So thanks to you, Professor Sanjay Bhatt sir. He has been a very inspirational leader for NAPSWI. And when I have to thank him, I want to thank one more very important person who is always behind this and behind the stages, Madhu ma'am, Mrs. Madhu Sanjay Bhatt. Ma'am has always been with sir all through all conferences. So ma'am, thank you for being the person behind sir's inspiration and motivation. And with regard to all the other programs, these 3 programs that we have had, what is very, what we all were discussing as, faculty members who are now at a different stage of our professional life, is that the strong presence of practitioners. Generally, when we used to go for conferences, it used to be a small percentage of the practitioners, but we have associations, especially from Odisha's Professional Social Workers Association and the practitioners, and it is really nice to see these young practitioners being honored, and also the elderly practitioners. I'm very much thankful to you, sir, for being there with us throughout these 3 days, despite your busy schedule. Thank you for being with us, sir. And we all look forward to meeting you all in Guwahati. But before I end, I would once again thank all the individuals in this institution for putting up with us, with the presence of such a huge crowd in your institution, and always ever willing to help us whenever we had any small queries, and always treating us as your guests, as they say, as the saying goes, Atiti Devo Bhava. Thank you very much. We take a lot of good memories and a lot of good learning from each and every one of you in this institution. And from NAPSP and from all of us from the professional social workers, we wish you all the very best and hope to meet you sometimes in our life. And hope to see you all with success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful words and guidance. Your thoughts will surely inspire all of us, especially the little practitioners. I would now like to call Professor Keshav Manikwalke, Treasurer NAPSI, to address the gathering.
President of this valedictory function, Professor Supriya Patnaik, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Centurion University of Technology and Management. Today Chief Guest, Professor Kamaljit Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Madhusudan Law University, Odisha. Dr. Sanjay Bhatt, Honorable President of NAPSV. Madam Jarna Swain, Secretary of WASPA. Madam Girija Nandini, Dr. Ansuman Jena, and my colleague Professor R. Manali, and our youngest executive committee member of NAPSV and youngest organizing secretary of अभी तक जो 13 इंडियन सोशल वर्क कॉन्फ्रेंसेस हुए हैं उसमें एज पर माई नॉलेज यंगेस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजिंग सेक्रेटरी डॉक्टर प्रदीप कुमार साहू, Pro Vice Chancellors, Registrar, our senior most colleague from social work profession, Professor Honorable P.K. Sivasar, Secretary NAPSV, Anup Kumar ji, other members, executive members are there, Ani ji is there, Sunil ji is there, Gaurav ji is there, and other members of NAPSV, and OPSWA members, and all other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Let me congratulate first Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university, Madam Supriya Patnaik ji and her team of not only teachers but volunteers, both, because it was not the work done by only the teachers, only by organizing secretary, because I was here before 2 days of the conference, and since those days I am observing the efforts taken by your volunteers and teachers. So I congratulate all of them for organizing this mega event. It is not an easy task. I had been organizing secretary during COVID, and it was in hybrid mode. Then also I know how much efforts we have to put into that. And event like this, coordination of different things, transport, accommodation, food, and all the plenary technical sessions and student forum, inauguration, valedictory, all these sessions coordination, it is not a cup of tea. It's a huge task, and I congratulate for all these things to all the team. Everything was planned well, and execution was done in a scientific manner. So once again, and on the behalf of NAPSWI, being a treasurer, मेरा मतलब इससे रहता है. तो इतना जो भी यहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइज हुआ है, आई डोंट थिंक कि हम लोग नाप्सवी की तरफ से पूरा का पूरा खर्चा कर पाते हैं. तो जो आप लोगों ने अलग अलग सोर्सेज से मोबिलाइज किया है, उसके लिए भी मैं धन्यवाद भी देता हूं आप लोगों को और कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट भी करता हूं. और सभी जो पार्टिसिपेंट यहाँ आए हैं, उनको भी यहाँ पे कुछ लोग फर्स्ट टाइम आए होंगे, तो कहीं ना कहीं शुरुआत करने की जरूरत होती है. यहाँ से शुरुआत आप लोग कर रहे हो. नेक्स्ट टाइम जब आप लोग करोगे, यहाँ गलतियां हुई होगी, नेक्स्ट टाइम जब आप करोगे तो इससे बेटर और जरूर करोगे. ऐसे आपको विशेष विश करता हूं. और वंस अगेन सभी टीम को, ऑर्गेनिक टीम को कांग्रेचुलेट करते हुए यहाँ रुकता हूं. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to call Professor Supriya Patnaik, Vice Chancellor, COTM, Odisha, to address the gathering.
I don't know, I'm a little lost for words actually, because this has been 3 days of such intense engagement with so many people and so many ideas that, I really sometimes I think I was trying to gather my thoughts and I thought, let me put down a few lines, but I think I'm still lost for words. Anyways, what can I say? I'd first of all the dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Kamaljit Singh, Dr. Sanjay Bhatt. Let me just go through this list. Keshav ji, Professor Nalini, Professor Suresh Pathare, who's left, Jharna Swai, Anshuman Jena, Dr. Girija Nandini, and not the least, Dr. Pradeep Sahu. Really, when I last conference, when we undertook to do this, the first thing I asked Pradeep was, are you willing to take on this? If you are willing, then I will provide all the support. And he said, yes. So that was the confidence with which we went into this. Because even at this university till today, we have not had such a big event. We have had conferences, but with this many participants, no. So I think that is the first thing I must say. So I can't thank all the participants enough for attending the 13th Indian Social Work Conference, hosted by CUTM in collaboration with NAPSWI and OPSWA, with support from ICSSR on the theme Technology, Innovation and Society, Challenges and Opportunities for Eco-Social Work and Sustainable Development. These 3 days have been filled with exchange of ideas, challenging views, and identifying opportunities to progress the eco-social work movement. Essentially, this would mean taking into account issues such as livelihoods of people, health, education, entrepreneurship, with cross-cutting themes such as gender, climate change, disaster management, call it what you may. However, I think actually the work begins now for all of us. It's all very well to have a conference and discuss all the ideas and have the publications which come out of it, but what does that mean? How do we incorporate the several emerging themes into our curriculum and practice, into our curricula and practice, and how do we ensure that the practice is ethical, gender sensitive and sustainable? At the end of the day, the outcome of this conference should impact individuals and communities positively. I am certain we will all commit ourselves to this cause. So I hope that if I've left out anybody, and I think one group of people who deserve always a lot of thanks as the volunteers, but I think I will fail in my responsibility if I don't acknowledge the work of our media team. You know, they have done so much of work in terms of photographs, in terms of live streaming the event, everything, that I have to thank them because it's just been amazing. And the one other person who's not here, but I would really like to acknowledge his contribution to this conference, and a lot of you probably don't know him, is our manager administration, senior manager or general manager administration, one Mr. Chitta Patnaik. I had invited him to be here. You would have all seen him. He's a very quiet person but does a lot of work in behind the scenes. I had invited him to be here, but unfortunately he couldn't be here. Finally, I cannot thank enough our local OPSWA, NAPSWI, and OPSWA and all the practitioners and academics from Odisha, you know, who have made it here, because sometimes what happens at these conferences, people from outside come, but local people don't come. So I think that it's wonderful that there has been such great participation of also students and people from practitioners from all over Odisha. And finally, I'd like to thank one thing I forgot to acknowledge, which nobody has, is that we have had a lot of pre-conference events. And I must tell you that some of them will come up with some very interesting thing. And I must acknowledge my colleagues from RMIT Australia, who did one of the pre-conference events, which was a writer's workshop. And that we got together several practitioners of Odisha to talk about their practice. And eventually we are hoping to bring out a book on that as well. So that is something that I must tell and I must thank. And as part of that, we have had students of social work from RMIT, 8 students who have been here over the past 3 months. And I must acknowledge they've been working at CYSD and AINA, another local organization. And they were also very much engaged with that writers workshop. So thank you for all the pre-conference events. OPSWA did a few, and there were others who also did. So I wanted to mention that. And so I think now I've covered it. I just want to say one other thing, because just as I was leaving, Dr. Sanjay Bhatt said that, would you now at least please announce that you'll start a social work program? So I just want to say it's still work in progress. We have not yet decided, but I think I will give it very serious consideration, sir. And so that if we can, because I would really like to offer a very good social work program if I can from here, but that means it would require quite a lot of work. So, but I will certainly, it's very much in consideration. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite Professor Supriya Patnaik, Vice Chancellor, CUTM Odisha, for the felicitation. Ma'am, please. Dr. Dharana Swai, Secretary, UPSA. Ma'am, please. क्या? Next, I would like to invite Professor Suresh Pathare, Vice President, NAPSWI. Next, I would like to invite Professor R. Nalini, Joint Secretary, NAPSWI. Next, I would like to invite Professor Keshav Manik-Walke, Treasurer, NAPSWI. Next. Next, I would like to invite Professor Kamaljit Singh, Vice Chancellor, Madhusudan Law University, Odisha. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite Professor Sanjay Bhatt, President NAPSP, for further felicitation. I would like to invite Dr. Girija Nandini, Dean School of Management, COTM, Odisha. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Anshuman Jena, Co-Convener, 13th ISWC 2025. Now, it's time to felicitate the faculties and authorities who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the success of this event. Their dedication and guidance have been invaluable, and we are honored to recognize their efforts. I would like to invite Ms. Shipra Saxena, WASH and CCES Specialist, UNICEF. UNICEF. I'm really sorry. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Arundhati Biswal, Centurion University, Odisha. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Swapna Tripathi, UPSWA. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Narayan Malik, UPSWA. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Stellan Nayak, Pantis Foundation, Odisha. Next, I would like to invite Professor Pramod Kumar Padjoshi, Dean School of Management. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Svetlina Mishra, School of Management. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Shiv Sankar Das, Centurion University, Orissa. Next, next I would like to invite Dr. Anishmata Mishra, School of Management. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Rajini Agarwala, School of Management. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Sunil Kumar Das, Assistant Professor, COTM. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Jyotirmay Sahu, School of Management. Next, we have Ms. Adyasha Mohanty, Assistant Professor, COTM, Odisha. Next, we have Mr. Ashok Panigrahi, Assistant Professor, COTM, Odisha. Next, we have Mr. Chandrasekhar Jaina, Centurion University, Odisha. Next, we have Mr. Satyajit Sahu, Warden, Boys Hostel, COTM, Odisha. Next, we have Ms. Swati Mohante, Lecturer, Shailabala, Women's College, Odisha. Next, we have Ms. Basanta Manjari Das, Superintendent, Girls Hostel. Next we have Mr. Chandrasekhar Jana, Centurion University, Odisha. Next we have Mr. Deepak Kumar Maharana, Manager Hospitality. Next we have Mr. Jagdev Malik, DY Security Officer, CUTM, Odisha. Now is the time to felicitate the core coordinators of the event. I would like to invite Mr. Saurav Patra, MBA student, third year, second year. Aditya Gochayath, BBA student, second year. Next, Dibrati Sahu, MBA student, third year. Next we have Sonam Bharti, BBA student, third year.
Next we have Nafia Iqbal, BBA third year. Next we have Archie Verma, BBA third year.
Next, for the Best Paper Award, Anuradha Singh, University of Lucknow. Next we have for the paper presentation there are 3 awardees. The first is Anuradha. The second is Priyata Ghosh Dastidar, District Health and Family Welfare Samiti, West Bengal. Next is Josephine Anthony, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. Next, CP Anto, NEI, SSR, Nagaland. Next, Preeti S. Mangalore. Thank you so much, sir. With this, we come to the end of the felicitation program. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sahu, Organizing Secretary, 13th ISWC 2025, COTM, Orissa, to deliver vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Before final vote of thanks, from first day I am observing NAFIA comparing various programs, inauguration, valedictory, but her other quality I have seen today, the session, technical session I was chairing. In that she was presenting a paper, and her paper, it was also of good quality, and that's why this I'm giving gift from my side.
Before offering my vote of thanks, I would like to request our Secretary of NAPSI, Professor Anup Bharatiya, to announce few felicitation and prizes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Organizing Secretary of the conference. You saw the felicitation programs by the Organizing Secretary and the CUTM to the acknowledge his or her work and the contribution during the 13th Indian Social Work Conference. You know very well the NAPSWI is the largest national body as per the members, and basically was established in the year of the 2005, and we are celebrating the 20 years. We have completed 2 decades because the contribution of the members, and even the organization, the organizations are successful and to achieve the goal. The NAPSI basically promoting the professionalism, commitment, strength, standard of the social work education, and to maintain the guidelines for the betterment of the life of the professional social workers also. So, the pious duty as a NAPSI secretary and all the AC member to discussed previously to acknowledge his or her contribution during from the 2005 to 2015. So in this context, I would like to invite the Professor R.P. Dwivedi Sahab, acknowledge his contribution by the NAPSI, and the reason behind that is for dedicated service and valuable contribution as the President of the National Association of Professional Social Workers during the term 2024. Kindly, I request to the NAPSI President, Honorable Vice Chancellor CUTM, and the Chief Guest of the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Singh. Kindly facilitate Professor R.P. Dwivedi, sir. This is a small token, a big applause because of the contribution and acknowledgement from the NAPSI. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Keshav Walke. His contribution for dedication, service and valuable contribution as an executive committee member of the NAPSI 2020-24 and as the national coordinator of the 5th and the 6th National Social Work Week, and his organizing secretary of the 9th Indian Social Work Congress 2021 in Nagpur. So that is a acknowledgement from the NAPSI. Thank you, sir. I would like to invite Professor Nimisha Gupta, please come on the stage, and the gratitude from the NAPSI for the outstanding leadership and dedication services as the co-organizing secretary of the 4th Indian Social Work Conference 2016 held in Varanasi. Varanasi, Kashi Vidyapit, Varanasi. Mahatma Gandhi Kashi Vidyapit, Varanasi. I would like to invite to Mr. Jayman, Dr. Jayman Varghese. Please come on that stage. Present, please. fastly please come because we have the less time. The reason for the acknowledgement for the dedicated service and valuable contribution as the treasurer of the National Association of Professional Social Workers during the terms 2013 to 15 and 2016 to 20. I would like to invite to Mr. Sunil Vatsayan, please come on the stage. The acknowledgement and the appreciation of his insincere appreciation for dedicated services and valuable contribution as the executive committee member of the NAPSWI during the term 2020 to 2024. Thank you, sir. I would like to invite the Professor Ashutosh Pradhan ji. Please come on the stage. We are highly appreciative to him, and the reason for this, Ashutosh, please. In sincere appreciation for the significant contribution to the life and the mission of the NASFI. His efforts were noted as instrumental in the strengthening our organizational journey and advancing the social work profession across India. For his role as returning officer for NAPSWI election, and he is basically from the Department of the Social Work, Central University of Himachal, Dharamshala. I would like to invite Dr. Mohammad Naeem, please come on the stage. He is from the Department of Social Work, Bundelkhand, Jhansi University. The reason for the certificate is sincere appreciation for significant contribution to the life and mission of the NASFI. His efforts were noted as instrumental in the strengthening the organizational journey and advancing the social work profession across India. And the credit goes by we are appreciated and acknowledged because he attended all the 13th Indian Social Work Congress. Thank you, Mohammad Naeem. I would like to invite Dr. Rupesh Kumar Singh, please come on the dais. The reason for the acknowledgement is in sincere appreciation for significant contributions to the life and mission of the NAPSWI. His efforts were noted as instrumental in the strengthening our organizational journey and advancing the social work profession across India. He is from Dr. Shakuntala Mishra, National Rehabilitation University, Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. And the next one basically that is in sincere appreciation for the dedicated services and valuable contribution and executive committee member of the NAPSWI and organizing secretary of the 7th Indian Social Work Conference 2019 is what was held at Lucknow. It is an honor, मैं अपने आप ले लेता हूँ.
Professor Anup Kumar Bhartiya was organizing secretary, or that Congress was organized in the Department of Social Work, Lucknow University, Lucknow. And he was also former head Department of Social Work, Lucknow University, Lucknow.
So, most of the people are not present here, but my pious duty and moral duty to announce her name from that the executive member, the previous, and the members like the Professor Gracious Thomas is the founder member of the NAPSWI. I acknowledge on the behalf of the NAPSWI, Professor Ranjana Saikhal from the Indore School of the Social Work MP, Professor Sanjay Roy, Delhi School of the Social Work, New Delhi, Professor Richard Chaudhary from the Delhi, Professor Atul Pratap Singh ji, the former treasurer and the executive member of the Delhi. Professor Manju Puas is the eminent scholar and basically that is a executive member. Professor Neera Agnimitras is the former head of department Delhi School of the Social Work. Professor Bansidhar Pandey from Mahatma Gandhi Kashi Vidyapit Varanasi. Mr. Narendra Sindhi, Dr. Suhasri Sanyal from the West Bengal, Shanti Niketan. Dr. Rose Nimbikam from the Delhi, Dr. G. Mahesh Delhi, Professor Ankush Saxena from the MS University Vadodara, Professor Neena Pandey from the Delhi School of Social Work, Professor R. Bhaskar from Tamil Nadu, Dr. Ram Babu Bocha ji, Dr. Professor Prashant Chauhan ji, Professor Pidwan Mishra from the Chhattisgarh Department of Social Work, and Dr. Ashok Kumar Sarkar, West Bengal. That is the one side. Another side, basically, another are the past duty and the moral obligations, and my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, because she is not accepted their invitation, so that it not were conducting and successfully completed 13 Indian Social Work Conference at the Bhubaneswar. So I would like to invite to President NAPSWI, kindly facilitate to from the NAPSWI to Dr. and Professor Supriya Patnaik sir. Kindly. I also request the former president kindly join. I think that thank you very much. Without your contribution, we are not completed that this task and achieved the goal of the 13th Indian Social Work Conference 2025. I feel the honor and give us some token of the in the terms of the memory and the present organizing secretary of the 13th Indian Social Conference, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sahuji, because in recognition of his outstanding leadership, tireless efforts, and exceptional dedication as the organizing secretary of the 13th Indian Social Work Conference, I request the NAPSWI president, the chief guest. I also join the treasurer and the joint secretary of the NAPSWI kindly facilitate him. Joint secretary kindly please join the, and the treasurer also they join the. A big applause for him. Thank you. I'd like to invite the executive member Dr. Anish ji and Gaurav ji, please come on the stage and facilitate to the state organization OPSWA, because that is a knowledge partner and OPSWA is very important for us. So I would like to invite the president of the OPSWA, Dr. Gayatri ji and Dr. Jharna. So I please take appreciation and acknowledgement from the NAPSWI. Kindly give the memento to from the NAPSWI. And the Swapna Tripathi is, I think, please come on the stage, please. Please join this group. Thank you very much. Thank you all the dignitaries on the desk. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, organization, for giving an opportunity to me.
Many times we recognize the work of people, and here we have a very young person who, after passing MSW, joined NAPSWI as our social media officer, and he have revitalized everything. I will request you to honor him, Mr. Om Rajendra Chaudhary.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now invite Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sahu, Organizing Secretary, 13th ISWC 2025, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Respected guest on the dais, of the dais, my throat is not in a very good condition to say anything. I'm extremely sorry for that. Probably it is more than 1 year of journey. I can exactly remember 26 October 2025, so 24. the 12th Indian Social Work Conference was held in Haryana, Sonipat. So, in the concluding day, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Centurion University was there, and it was declared that 13th Indian Social Work Conference will be held in Bhubaneswar. Thank you, NAPSI, for having faith on us, and thank you, Madam Vice Chancellor, to believe in me to organize this event. Honorable Chief Guest of the occasion, Professor Kamaljit Singh, Vice Chancellor of Madhusudan Law University, Odisha, and esteemed Vice Chancellor of Centurion University, Professor Supriya Patnaik, respected Professor Sanjay Bhatt, President of NAPSI, Professor Suresh Pathare is, no, he has already left, Professor Anup Kumar Bharatiya, Professor R. Nalini, Professor Keshav Walke, and all executive committee members, my colleagues, I can say, of NAPSI. And I also would like to utter few other names of our local collaborators, Dr. Gayatri Patnaik, Dr. Jharana Swai, the Secretary of OPSA, Gayatri Patnaik, the President of OPSA, Ms. Swapna Tripathi, the Treasurer of OPSA, and other EC members of OPSA for their support and cooperation from the beginning. So, friends, this could have not been successful without having your cooperation, guidance, and support. In order to plan this occasion, in order to execute this program, together we put a lot of effort. It is not only Centurion University, it is a collective effort for all of us to make this event successful. So, being an organizing secretary, I cannot forgive myself if I will not utter few names, those who have really contributed day and night for this event to make it successful. So, on behalf of Centurion University, NAPSI, and Odisha Professional Social Workers Association, I can say I would like to thank all our partners, those who made this program implementation easier. I would like to thank ICSSR New Delhi. From the beginning, actually, we got little relief because of their support, their assurance to support. I would also like to thank other partners, Mahanadi Coalfield, MGM Minerals Private Limited, Diversified Energy Solution Private Limited, Aditya Birla Group, Jindal Steel, State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Educo, Canara Bank, and Pantis Foundation. My brother Stalin is sitting here. And also I would like to thank Anmol for their support in terms of kind. So once again I thank all our supporters for their generous support and trust on us to make this endeavor a reality. A heartfelt thank to the general body members of and governing body members of NAPSI for their faith and confidence on us. I especially thank Professor Sanjay Bhatt, my president, I can say, since I am also one of the EC member of NAPSI. I also would like to thank Professor Suresh Pathare, Professor Anup Bharatiya, Professor R. Nalini, Professor Keshav Walke, and all other EC members, IT cell of NAPSI, because they contributed a lot at the time of registration. and also, of course, the young dynamic fellow Om. My sincere thanks to all the governing body members and general body members of OPSA for their support, cooperation and guidance, especially Gayatri Madam, Jharna Madam and Swapna Madam. I would like to thank few Odia people, those who are serving outside the state, Professor Asutosh Pradhan, Professor Bipin Jojo, most importantly, Sri P.K. Sahu sir. They have been my mentor. Every time they used to call me, inspire me, guide me, and support me to walk in the right track to make this event successful. So, again, coming to the family of Centurion University, I have no words for you, ma'am. I really mean it. I really mean it. So, from the beginning, as a Vice Chancellor, I have she never made me feel like that. So I am his colleague. She give me all free hands. Whatever you want to do, you do. But she remained the backbone all the time, guided me all the time, being my mentor. I am really privileged to work with her. And this event could not have been successful without your mentoring, without your support, without your guidance. Such a beautiful mentor I have seen. Another mentor also I have sitting in front of me, Miss Ava Misra. I am really privileged to have people like those under whom I have worked, and I really cherish my work. So thank you so much. I would like to thank our President, Professor Muktikant Misra sir, for giving this platform, allowing us to organize this event. And I would like to thank to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Biswajit Misra sir, Professor Dr. Ajay Naik sir. And I would like to thank our Registrar, Anita Patra ma'am. I would like to thank my other mentor, Professor Smita Misra Panda. In a day, at least 4 to 5 times she used to ask me, "Are you okay?" So always she treat me like nope. Not also I am privileged to sit next to her chamber. So I got that privilege, and I always feel empowered, inspired because of her guidance and support. And I would also like to thank Professor Sangram Swai, Professor Pallav Das, and my two dean, Professor Girija Nandini and Professor Pramod Kumar Patjoshi. I am really indebted to all my colleagues from School of Management. I feel privileged to have my beautiful students and young and dynamic volunteers. I don't hesitate to utter some name like Saurabh, Aditya, Nafia, Sonam, Archie, and the list is very long. Almost 70-75 volunteers who are working day and night to make this event successful. I am again thankful. Many people actually thanked at the time of their deliberation, especially Professor Sanjay Bhatt sir. Sir, actually, I can say, being organizing secretary, I am privileged to have my administrative team. And what Madam said, Mr. Chitta Patnaik sir, the Vishwakarma behind this entire event. And our hospitality, transportation, few name I would again like to utter, like Lucy ma'am, Satyajit Babu, Deepak Babu, Mir, and Muni, so many people, those who have really, Chandrasekhar, most important person behind everything. So I am really thankful for having a beautiful MRC team. So before starting the session, I used to get a call from Ashok Babu, Ashok sir, where to arrange the live streaming, where to take photo, everything. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your support. And most importantly, all the participants, which is more than 550, with a larger number of female participants. Friends, I would like to say this is the highest number of registration in the history of social work conference or a social work congress in India. And this would have become possible because of all our efforts, for which I am specially thankful to my governing body members. So, with this, I would, last but not least, I would like to thank my media friends, guests, panelists, chair and co-chair of the different occasion or parallel technical sessions, all officers and the supporters, directly or indirectly those who have supported for this event. As we conclude this session, let us carry forward the spirit of collaboration, innovation and commitment to sustainable development and eco-social justice that defines our profession as a professional social worker. Thank you so much. Jai Jagannath.
With this, we come to the end of the 13th Indian Social Work Conference 2025. Let us remember, we rise by lifting others. May we all continue to work with passion, commitment and purpose in our journey of social service. Thank you all for being the part of this memorable event. Thank you.
I request all the dignitaries, all the participants, please come here to have a group photo. So, just one announcement, I forgot to make it. All photos will be available in the UPI of the ID card. You will not to ask me for the photo. And I am especially thankful to Aditya and Saurabh, those who have designed that website and made it possible. The real technological implementation. Thank you so much.